Hello everyone, back again today with another video. Today we have the finals of the NASF North American Strategus Federation Tournament, hosted by Sorrow. This tournament was held about 2 months ago, and I showed you guys the previous 2 rounds. I won my first game versus Don Mizos, and my second game versus Divergent. And now I'm on to the finals in a single elimination bracket versus Orca. And so let's see how this one goes. So with Orca, I know that he likes his captains and majors early, so I have that to counteract. Like my majors here, my colonel here, and just up front some mid-tier pieces. And so we see that captain on the right there. Get the scout, and now in the center I just want to keep it this way, so I can pressure his lieutenant by keeping the diagonal with my captain. And then I'll take the captain, up a captain early on. And I'm okay to give away this captain since I'm up a captain. And I got a scout for it as well. So he seems to be building up on his left side, meaning it could be his strong side or he could be playing on his weak side. And a few notes about my setup here. Buried Marshall in general. He's a defensive player who takes a lot of time to move and really thinks out the theory part of the game. So he won't be doing any bingo guessing or lottoing, I assume. So that's why I had my general and marshal buried with colonels and majors in the second and first rows. Unpredictable bomb and flag setup. This could be a fake tripod, as well as these are two fake flag spots because my marshal's right there. And then the real flag, of course, right here. Spy in the middle. And so this is a very defensive game by me. I didn't really do any attacking. I let him do most of the work of trying to infiltrate my base. But eventually I'll start attacking and start getting info. I'll get impatient. I'll try and use the captain since I'm up one. I really want to take this lieutenant here. Because I could just be transferring down, me being up a captain to being down a lieutenant. Yeah. So major in the front lines there. I like that. I'm gathering info. I trade lieutenants as well. He covers that piece up with a minor. So this could be a decent piece like a colonel or a major. So we have to keep our eye on this piece. And so the winner of this tournament won $50. These are Nasf tournaments hosted by Sorrow. Yeah, so first mistake by him here. Whoops. Let's see here. He believes that this is the colonel, and so I get a major, and now I'm up a captain and a major, and only down a sergeant. But on the downside, he knows both of these two pieces, and he can easily expose my two known mid-tier pieces. And so I'm okay to give away the major. It's not a big deal since I just got it. I'm okay to give away any of these captains or majors. Since I'm up them, I'm okay to be down them for info, especially getting Mercer Gen info. That's annoying with the sergeant. So one thing a lot of beginner players to intermediate players do is whenever they have colonels or majors discovered on their side, they keep them in the front and just try and double guard them with Marsh or Spy, or maybe bluff it out. But what you really have to do is kind of bury those pieces. Like I should have buried my major here and maybe brought out a scout or a captain, but that was just a mistake. And now eventually he'll have a 2 square on this major and it'll be dead. So I hit that. Obviously the lieutenant, he tried to bluff it with me earlier, and then I find a colonel. I could have very well backed out and can't come all the way here, but I wanted to find out something, and I just got a lieutenant for it, and I knew it was going to be dead eventually because his colonel may have followed me here, and then yeah, and I could still keep this as a bluff as well, so it's good. So on this right side, I just have a clump of pieces. So I might have to reshuffle here eventually. Maybe try and bring my big pieces to the middle more because I'm kind of bluffing it out with guarding right here, the major and the captain. And so I'll reshuffle here, make sure everything's proper. I don't like this captain major stuff here, so eventually I think losing this captain is going to be a thing, and there it is. So I lose it to a major, which is the worst possible thing. And since I found a major, I thought there's no way he would have a colonel, marshal, general like right here. So I hit it, but of course it's colonel. So now I have some good info. I know both of his colonels, his major, and his captain. And so I can expose that with my captains. But of course now I'm down a captain but up a lieutenant. So I'll bluff it out here. And then I won't take the major because obviously it's a bluff. Obviously keeping my spies centralized is a good idea. So maybe one of these two pieces can be good, or this one. Maybe one of these three, obviously. No, another captain there, so I know two captains and two colonels. So eventually, I'm gathering info. I'm leaving my general unguarded, uncovered here. So I'll scout that, and yep, it's the general. So this is the turning point in the game where I feel confident in me being able to capitalize a win here. Two colonels and general. It's going to be kind of easy to find his marshal now by the way he defends. I wouldn't be surprised if it was one of these two. And so now I have a decision here. Like, I could always take this captain for free with my general and still be up a lieutenant, but I feel like I could capitalize on this info more eventually if a major or colonel comes over. I also have to get rid of his last couple scouts so I can play more freely with my pieces. Like, he can just bring out his marshal right here, and I can't really scout it because I have no scouts. I don't really want to waste a sergeant or minor on it. Or a lot of players do as well, is they waste minors on pieces that they don't know, and I don't think that's a good idea, especially in the end game where you need your minors. So I find the last major and two captains, two colonels, and a general. So all I need to find is his last captain and his marshal, and all these pieces are eliminated. So trade minors. And now I knew both of these captains, so he didn't have his spy around. It could be here, but it doesn't seem plausible. And so I'm thinking his spy is going to be on the other side, unless it's this piece. So that was my thought process during the game. So now I move my marshal to the center, just in case he randomly attacks me. Now he's digging pieces. This could be a sergeant, minor, or lieutenant. Scout, that's a good piece to get for my sergeant. And now he's out of scouts. So now I can play more freely with any of my pieces. This could be a spy, it could be a marshal, it could be anything. Lieutenant, captain. but I'm just keeping his captain here so that he can't move. And now I know his general's here and his marshal's definitely not here. I'm going to take this captain, and I know both of these pieces that the colonel's guarding it. So this is where memory comes into effect, remembering that that's always a free captain there. Now just bluffing it out. And now he gets his spy against this piece. This is another turning point in the game. So now I can play without his scouts, without his spy, with all these known pieces. Eventually, once he clumps these pieces together, I can kind of go with my marshal and be unexpected like that. And so that was my plan at this point. But as you can see at the move count, there's still half the game to go. So it's not over by any means. Now he pressures me. I could have moved to the right. Now I'm going to be moving towards my real marshal, which I don't like that I did. Because that kind of just shows that that's the marshal. Keeping my spy out front here so that if his marshal comes I can kind of blind hit it. It's looking like one of these two right now, as it has all game. This piece, lieutenant, sergeant, minor, captain. Now it's just a bit of a shuffle fest. I'll keep on pushing, and that's his marshal, right in the front there. So the Loser Maker Classic by Orca there. And now I'll just bluff my spy a bit. This piece is, of course, lieutenant, captain, sergeant, minor. But I don't think it'd be his last captain, so I was confident with my lieutenant here. Now I'm going to keep my general in the front there. I'm still winning here, I believe. He's just going to shuffle a bit with his captain. I'll reorganize. This could be sergeant, lieutenant, probably not captain. I just hope he doesn't hit with this piece. I hope he comes down with the captain or something so I can hit it. And there he hits it. And then I also get another sergeant, so now I'm winning here. Up two sergeant, a sergeant and a lieutenant for a captain, and down a minor, but that doesn't really matter here. So he knows my general though, which is really not really good, but I had to reveal it at some point, or else I'd just keep on wasting bluffs, and eventually his captain would come and hit them. So kept my general there. He can take it if he wants to. I'll take another sergeant. Now he can do some damage with his general, which I'm not a fan of. I think both of these pieces moved, yeah. They both have the dots on them. Yeah. My goal is to trap this major. After I get this major, it's winning for me. But he'll also get my captain, so again, it's a bit tricky. But those two sergeants help in the end game, and I can bring my miners. That's just a nice end game. I'm suspecting either flag, one of these two, or this one, but it doesn't seem like you'd have it in the middle. Of course, I believe he had his marshal here, so it does seem plausible that it's around here. I'll bring my miner, hit down, and we'll trade. Now I might hit with my major. If I do and it's a bomb, I'm losing, so I have to think about it, and I won't hit it in the end. Now I'm just repositioning here. Wondering where his other captain is. Could be one of these two. So I'm just waiting for him to do something here. Obviously I only have one more miner left, so if he lowers this, I'm basically done unless this is the flag. So now we'll trade here. Trade cardinals. And then I'll reroute my major to the other side. One thing that can be scary is a miner that's here that just comes down. So now I'm going to try and trap one of these pieces on the other side. Now the general is trapped, and soon the captain will be trapped. And so since this piece is approaching, I'm going to try and capture it since it's near my flag, instead of this captain. If I go for this captain, this piece could hit at my flag, so it's smarter to trap this piece here. Hopefully it's a miner or a captain. So this confirms that this was not a tripod, meaning good thing I didn't hit this because it's probably a bomb. Captain, so that's what I needed for a win here. And so he could still lotto, and get my flag, but hopefully he would not do that. This is probably a miner getting the tripod, yeah. I'll take that. Now I have to move my marshal over so he's no lottoing chances. This moment of truth. Now, this general is completely unable to get my flag. I have to keep it that way. Again, if he lotters this miner, I'm done. Like, it's my last miner. If he keeps his general around and his captain, I can't win. So, really hope he doesn't lotto the miner. So he has 5 bombs in and around here, which is a lot. You group them all together. Same as me, I guess. I'm going to hit this piece because I believe that this is a tripod. But no, it's going to be this. So that's a minor. That'd be really unfortunate. So now I can trap it. And if he goes up, it's a mistake. Because now my marshal doesn't have to worry about it anymore and it can come back over. And there's the general. And then he surrenders. So, yeah, that was a great game. I think defensively, I played pretty well. I gathered all his info. I found his general, colonels, majors, captains all in the middle game, and waited to find his marshal with my sergeant up here. In the early game, I had a major and captain advantage. I captured his major here with my colonel. I captured a captain here with my major. So my game plan seemed to work, having colonels and majors and captains in the first 2 rows with Marsh Gen in the last 2 rows, and open flag, which made him unsuspecting of my real flag positioning and lottoed that bomb there. I don't know why he didn't lotto with his captain here, because my marshal is right here, so it could very well be one of these, but nope. And so tripod was here, and yeah, I won the tournament, first place on Strategus. With that, I can show you guys right here. Right here, first place, second place. Recap of my games. I showed you guys the one versus Mitos, the one versus Divergent, and then his route was he beat Sorrow, the organizer, and then he beat Gukaros, and then yeah, me in the finals there. So yeah, thanks for watching. Leave a like and subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed my live stream yesterday, and see you in the next video.